that we're making progress in this country and worldwide?
No. I will never say that progress is being made. If you stick a knife in my back 9 inches and pull it out 6 inches, there's no progress. If you pull it all the way out, that's not progress. The progress is healing the wound that the blow made. And they haven't even begun to pull a knife out, much less try and heal the wound. They won't even admit the knife is there.
It's about to go down. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean, that's me. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C-Chung, and celebrity guests that you get nowhere else. That's right, but here on Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Go to our YouTube page, Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, and check the exclusive situation all the way out. Or catch it live. Get your comments on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends are back.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Sean wears tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts.
Whoa. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Dr. Aaron Smith, a.k.a. Fearless. Jay Black still on vacation. Shout out to everybody rocking with us on here. We're going to get to your good mornings and comments. Let me get this applause turned off. La, la, la. Dr. Aaron Smith, how was your night? How was your night? There you go. Yesterday, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. All is well. No complaints. Just a regular schedule, getting some stuff done. I'm looking to learn some AI prompts. I saw some really cool stuff online where they type in the prompt and it makes the video. So I'm definitely going to try to get on that prompt to AI video making wave early as possible, because I see a lot of young people doing a whole series with that. They got, just no people. They just type in the prompts, no cameras, no series, no actors, no nothing. You can get the AI to make the music, to act out the scenes, and it's a lot going on in that AI space for free.
Act out this. Is this the Chat GPT thing?
No, this is like Chat GPT video creator, like AI video creation. So I type in Michael Sean has golden wings flying through the sky with a Pepsi Cola, and I put it in, and then I put a picture of you, and it shows you with some wings on flying through, and it'll act it out. Then I put in the next scene, Michael Sean lands and says this, and I type in some, and it does the whole thing. You can basically make a whole show or movie or series just typing in prompts now.
Oh my God. Wow.
You didn't see the one they got a YN going back in time. There's a popular one called YN Time Traveler, where he's like standing with the Indians when Christopher Columbus comes. He's like, no, that's Cap. Don't trust him. Like, it's a whole girl. There's a real racist one about a girl in an Altima. She bought an Altima and orange soda, but it's real popular. It's like a new minstrel show, where they got this racist situation where a girl has a bonnet and she puts like orange soda in her car. So there's all this stuff going on. People are using it though. The kids are using it. The racists are using it. So I figured we should be using it too.
So do you have to you just download the app, right? You just get the app. Is that what you do?
I got a bunch of the apps. A lot of them let you mess with it for free, but then they want the in-app purchases. So eventually they want you to buy a subscription, $20 a month, $10 a month, $30 a month, whatever the case may be. So I'm trying to try out the different ones as much as I'm able to and look at some research and reviews. Because if I make a purchase, I want to get the one that people say is the easiest to use. That's what I'm looking for. I just want to type in my stuff and have it popped up.
That's what we need. The easiest to use. The easiest situation to use. That's right.
Oh, seriously.
All right, everybody, before I get to y'all good mornings, I just want to warn y'all. I want y'all to understand when y'all watch this show that I want y'all to strive for happiness and love in whatever form you figure you want it in your life. I don't want you to leave this show strictly just depleted of energy. I want you to be able to walk off this show or log off this show and understand the value of what your life is, which is the ultimate value. There is nothing higher than your value to yourself of your life. So when we do these shows, I know we get into it and we get into issues and we go back and forth. Sometimes they're mindless issues. Sometimes they're serious issues. And it depends on where you're at in life and what you take serious and what you take mindless. But what I don't want to do is to make you feel the way I sometimes feel. Like, how can I be happy when all of this around me is going on? Like, I almost feel like sometimes people guilt trip themselves from having I'm having a good day. Life is pretty good. It's okay to say you're having a good day and life's going well for you. Even with all the horrendous things that are going on around us.
Yeah.
Even with all the hatred and the venom and the despicable lies. That being said, when we touch on today's show, which is the black police chief, I think in Jacksonville, who had a press conference to explain the viral video that we've seen of the young black man in the car having the window smashed and then being punched in his face multiple times and then being dragged out and punched in his face again. We're going to get into it. Now, we've had a police chief in Philadelphia watch the show. We got Coco, who's our very own in Takeover Legend community police officer who has been a police officer for I don't know how many years. And we're going to get into it. Doesn't mean you can't have a good day today. It doesn't mean that this has to all encompass you or engulf you throughout the day, but we're going to talk about it. And it's not going to be easy to talk about it. And Coco, our in Takeover Legend police officer, sent me a video. I don't know if he wanted me to play it, so I'm not going to play it until he gives me the okay to play it. He sent me the video. He sent Jay Black the video. If you don't want to play it, that's fine. And I don't even know if he's on the chat because I haven't even checked the chat right now. But he sent a video. I wasn't even thinking about it when he sent it. I was like, oh, okay. So we'll see how this goes. I also do have mindless topics today. I also do have some mindless shit today to try and do my best to balance it out. I don't even know whether we should balance it out, but I think we should have some fun. And we got a new superstar couple.
You got to balance it out.
I'm trying to balance it out. And but once again, I don't even know if I should balance it out. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I don't know if we
No, I think you should.
do the mindless, baby.
I think we need it. We need balance. We need balance. We need balance. We need balance.
There's a new
There's a lot
celebrity
going on
couple
out
on
here.
the
Need that balance.
Yeah, there's a new celebrity couple on the streets that I'm gonna play a clip from, and I'm gonna ask you, what advice would you give this man getting involved in this situation? I also got a woman who got a divorce because her husband did absolutely nothing wrong. These are the facts. She says it. I got a woman wanting
every day. Yeah.
But she admits you know the reason? He did absolutely nothing wrong. We got a bunch of stuff, but before we get to that, we got some stupid dummies of the week. I got 2 nominees for stupid dummies of the week. I'll let y'all decide who you got. Well, of the day, but the nominees, the champion of the week, we'll figure that out tomorrow. And I see y'all on here. KT says good morning. Good morning, right back at you, Afro Queen.
Good morning
to her. Yes. Trendset is up in here. Present. What's good, Trendset? I got to make it back out to Dallas. I got to make it back out there. Afro Queen saying good morning to Trendsetter, everybody. Trendsetter is smart. Trendsetter says good morning to the whole TOL family. Just everybody. Miss Clark said present driving. All right, so we'll excuse you for no commenting. And if you do comment, be careful. Pull over. Miss Parker, what's going on? Legs, what's going on? Morning, baby mama. Okay. I don't know who you directing that to. Is it all the baby moms? Is it your particular baby mom? I don't know how we're getting
Baby
down with
mamas.
J Black is somewhere on a off-road vehicle. I saw a Lady Q posted a video. They were some off-road vehicles in mud and splashing, and then J Black had his visor down, but Lady Q didn't. I don't know why she didn't. Then all of a sudden mud popped and pop, and then she put the visor down. That is the reason for the visor. I know you're trying to get content.
She locked the mud in.
I don't know. I don't know. So, well, we'll talk about that when he gets back. Maybe he'll be back Monday. You know, J Black might say he needs a day off from the vacation. He might, you know, who knows?
Yeah, people do that. People do that.
You know, when
Ease
you're
back
on
into it.
when you're on the type of schedule J Black puts you on, you need a vacation from vacation work. Because, you know, he can turn vacations into vacation work. It'll be fun work, but it's still work. Got to be there at 8 o'clock. Got to be there at 8:15. Got to schedule.
Yeah.
Nikki White Chocolate says good morning to every single body that she can possibly think of and in the type. Leg says good morning. Ashley Newman, a.k.a. our FBI agent who we've never seen in person. I don't know, Ashley, are you AI or are you real? I think you're real. I believe you're real. KT, let me get to Trendsetter. When are we doing the tight shirt remix? Man, listen, you know how long it took me to do the tight shirt original? Legs. I was number 1 for 2 minutes. Oh, you were number 1 for 2 minutes. All right. Hello, Shelly. Sweet Shelly. Such a nice lady. Trend until Legs is in the house. Asha. Good morning, Asha Boo. Good morning, beautiful people. Everybody saying good morning. I illustrated my book that way. Oh, you got a book. Didn't know you had a book. All right. Well, come on here and promote the book if you have a book.
Oh, with the AI, I guess.
Oh, with the AI.
With
That's
the
how
AI.
she illustrated.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mike, I'm telling you, there's like 20 different careers that nobody needs anymore. Because I remember my daughter did a book about diabetes. We had to shop it to different illustrators. So you send your book, they send you samples of what their illustrations would look like. So we got like 10 different versions of the characters, like of one page. And then you say, oh, I picked this illustrator. They give you the price, and then they illustrate your whole book. It was such a process of waiting and paying. Nowadays, like the call said, you could just type it in and you can create a book. Matter of fact, you can have the book write the text and do the illustration. You can say, I want a book about diabetes and the characters and name the characters and everything else. You can say fantasy. You can say they'll make the book and they'll make the illustrations. I'm telling you, this is a whole new era where you need no talent. And if you have hustle, you can create all kind of businesses. It's crazy.
And with that enthusiasm that you just shared with us is the reason why they got us. And they get us that way every time.
They got us.
And they get us that way. And I'm letting you know now, we're walking down a bad path. Just letting you know now.
No, it could be bad. It could be.
Oh, no.
No.
There was a speech at the Nobel Peace Prize. A man made a speech and said, he said, we know where this is going. And if human beings don't grab control of it, it's a never ending road. And we never do.
We got to get control.
And we never do.
There's one called Marika that you'll love, Mike. There's one called Marika. I typed in song about high school love, R&B. I promise you, it's all I typed.
Mm-hmm.
It took about 45 seconds. It gives you the track, it gives you the lyrics, and the woman is singing it.
And how is that
used to take contracts, writing clinics, making beats, studio time, retakes, punching in. I typed in R&B song school love. I'm telling you, the song was like, remember being under the oak tree. Remember when it was just you and me, passing notes in class, or how the time passed. I mean, killed it. I think I still got the song on the app. I need to try to download. But I'm telling you, it's that easy now. The kids are going to be so lazy.
But how is that good? In what way? Well,
let's say somebody like me.
How's that good?
No, for me. Let's say for me, back in the day, I'd have to make a demo tape and have to let the gatekeepers listen. Now, not only can I make it myself, I can sell it myself. So right now, today, I can go get
you did. You know, you're breaking
up
a little bit.
Did I say make it myself?
You didn't. You're breaking up. Number one, you're breaking up. So I don't know if you're in a bad spot. You didn't make it yourself. You had nothing to do. You had nothing to do with it. We're going down a path,
Well,
the inevitable path, where they have not only do they want to silence us, but they want to control our art forms. They don't want us to create the art forms. And I'm telling you, none of this. Go ahead.
No, I say I do lyrics though. So let's say I got all these songs I've written where it's always hard to get a producer, engineer. Now I could literally take my songs,
What else?
find an AI track. I can get the auto tune to do my voice so I can sing it perfectly. Even if I'm just referencing for other artists to sing the track. Now I can make reference tracks myself to shop to other artists. So if they want to make, change the beats, they want to buy the song. There's just ways that people can advance their dreams if they have some talent.
Why do I need you? I don't need you. I can do all that without you. You're out the equation. And guess what happens? The people with the biggest money, the corporations with the biggest money, will have the ability to now put that out before little old me or little old you ever put it out. They're not gonna need us.
Well, they're trying. Yeah, they're working on it now. They're trying to put like Timberland had that whole AI artist he put out. So they're trying to remove the actual artist to say, I guess, hologram shows, and that's their goal. But there's something about the human connection and the human piece that they can't seem to replicate. So there's always this human piece that they always thought, like when the radio came out, they thought nobody would go to the opera, right? Like they always thought that they would, when satellite radio came out, they thought there'd be no local radio. Remember that? Satellite radio is going to kill everything. There's always this piece though. There's always this special piece about local news and human connection and live performance that they'll never be able to do away with the importance of. So we'll always have a role. It might shrink though.
The famous last words, they'll never be able. Those are the famous last words. They'll never be able. You won't be able to tell the difference. You won't be able to tell the difference. Like we jump into this and we go feet head first because they throw it out there and we go, this is great. Whenever something is shown to you and the first thought out your mind is this is great, you better take 25 steps back and analyze why this is great. And how is this not benefiting me?
But by the time you think about it, the world's already ran headlong doing it. That's the only problem. The problem is you can't put the genie back in the bottle. And while one person, like you said, is probably accurately assessing where this is headed, the masses have already ran with it so far that they've expedited the process of it getting there. So it's like sometimes you look back and be like, beat them or join them because it's going. There's 12-year-olds right now, like you said, making beats, making books, making movies, all on their computers and their phones, and people are watching them. So, I mean, all I do, if I'm right, all I do is sound like to them a cranky old man who's living in the past.
But
we said it was Serato. Remember Serato came out? Remember the DJ stuff when the Serato came out? And a lot of DJs were like, I'm sticking to vinyl. I'm sticking to vinyl. And a lot of those DJs ended up using Serato machines because they had to carry 20 crates to the club. And at some point, everybody's like, what are you doing?
But this is the first. Serato is a bad example. People just are used to what they're used to. There's never something that we've ever had that eliminates you from the process. They don't need you. This is not built. What they do is they shove it to us because they make anything that you create that goes into our lazy gene, which is this cuts out the work. That's all you got to do to invent something. I'll go all the way back to the remote control for a television.
Oh yeah,
the remote control for the television.
You're right.
They go and that's the word that we use, convenience. No, just tap into our lazy gene. The microwave is our lazy gene called convenience. We know the microwave is shoving waves out that is unhealthy for us. Just make us lazy and you'll win. And it's just crazy that and listen, I get what you're saying. There's no regulation. The only people who regulated were what? Hollywood. Hollywood was the only people who said, wait a second, we're going on strike. You can't use people's you can't use background people and use my likeness forever. You can't use this. This is a bad path we're going down. This is something, when you just said so many things are eliminated, it's not good that you have to eliminate the illustrator for a book. It's not good to take away more and more jobs.
No, but this is the thing. I'm hoping that people will have the ability to create their own economies, because the it's like the ice white man's ice is colder thing. It might be great to separate from them. It might be great for them to have a whole computerized world and for us to have a real world. It might be great for people to get their lives back and realize that your life isn't supposed to be dedicated toward 40 hours of work a week. You're supposed to be doing all these other things that people never get to do in their lifetime because they think their life is work. And without their job, they think they're not living. And then you see people who might have an opportunity to get free from the matrix, but they fight to hold on to it. And people say, I got to fight for my job, because like we said when Andy was on the show, they think that life is money and making money and going to work, and without that they're like, what would I do? Who am I? Do I have any identity? Do I have any importance? Do I have any value? It's like, no, if you can create art and music and cook and do things, you can still do those things. You don't have to do them for the sake of the system. You can actually consider doing them for yourself. But without that consciousness, we're just gonna get a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of probably suicidal ideation, because people are like, I'm out the matrix, what am I gonna do? There's no purpose in living anymore. And I think you're absolutely right. The majority of people are just going to feel like they're obsolete as people because they can't serve the matrix anymore.
And listen, Elon Musk made this statement and everybody ignored him because of so much craziness. Elon Musk said in the future, governments are just going to have to pay their citizens. Going to have to pay their citizens because there won't be any jobs that they will be able to have. So now we're going to
basic income joint.
Yeah, the universal basic income. So now once again, we're going to trust them to give us money, the proper amount of money, a living wage. So this is going down a hole that is so crazy that we are walking down with open eyes and smiles on our face.
No, but it's funny because I don't know, white people have been talking like this since like the 1930s, right? Like like flying cars and all this other stuff. I don't know what it is about white people that they think that robots and people are so similar. They think if a robot can do like one function, that the person is obsolete. And it's weird because I think a part of it is because historically, especially in America, they haven't been the primary people in the service sector. I think white people don't understand what service with a smile means, or what it means to have a ministry as a doorman, or a ministry as a janitor, or a ministry as a front desk operator, and how the person who's working the front desk really makes the whole place go around and really creates the cult. They don't have that experience. That's why white people think if the person can shift the thing and check you in and pass your key, then we don't need any people. And it's like, yo, that black woman has been solving problems, talking people off of ledges and making sure the culture of this hotel has, you have no idea what she actually does. You think she just checks people in and gives keys. That's why when you make a robot, you think, it's all over for you. And she's sitting there like, if you take me out this hotel and you think that this still gonna be the hotel it was without me, then you don't have no idea what these so-called maids and doormen and valet, that white people have no idea. That's why even when they make the robots, they don't even make them nice, because they don't even understand the aspect of kindness and empathy that plays into retail that makes it what it is. You would think that the robots service with a smile. Customers are. When last time you seen the robots really smiling, Mike? They don't focus on the smile. They focus on everything else. They're so locked into the didactic part of the robot can do it. The robot can do it. And it's like, yo, nobody wants the robot around. People wanted them black people around. That's why they're so behind now. When they thought that by the year 1988, they thought by the year 2000, right? The Jetsons, like they're so behind because they don't understand what really is of value. That's why in Africa, they're not like, I can't wait till all these robots come and do that. We understand that there's a human component. There's an ancestral connection. There's a reason why certain things happen the way it does. And people aren't going to have, robots just mowing their lawn that go wrong and end up chopping up their house and all this other stuff. Like, I think they really overestimate, especially white people, they overestimate the value of the robot, and they're really surprised that we still got crossing guards and all that other stuff.
Well, I'm going to push
because the robot ain't gonna call the police. I said the robot's not gonna notice the pervert.
I'm going to push back on this. I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I'm going to push back on this white people. Music producers without Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, and Thriller don't get created, because you needed Quincy Jones to be in there. But now, with AI, when you get people used to not having the Quincy Jones, when you get people in a culture used to not having the the person checking you in, when you get used to not having the smile, all it takes is people to get used to it. And we're just like a bunch of sheep. We'll get used to not having. Now, will it affect society? Absolutely. But there are tons of things that we've gotten used to already that affect society that we're missing in society now. And we go on as usual. And we wind up getting affected by it.
That's the Drake Kendrick debate.
Yes.
That's the Drake Kendrick debate summed up. Because that's why people are thinking that Kendrick saved hip hop and saved a lot of music and in some ways saved a lot of humanity, because Drake was taking us down that path of cultivating an appetite for repetition, mediocrity. You know, like he was giving us that mall music that they called it cotton candy. That's the best description I heard. Drake's music is like cotton candy. Sweet, tastes good, but no matter how much you eat, you'll never get full. And if you eat too much, you'll end up getting sick and won't even know it. Like, yeah, Drake, that cotton candy culture is what that symbolizes what you're talking about. But luckily, there are people like Kendrick who's like, no, you'll never be able to do this. You'll never be able to do this. You'll never make a reincarnated. AI's not going to do it, because you got to tap into something totally different. Like when that scene in Sinners, when the roof burned up, if you ain't connected to this, you could be plugged into any mainframe you want. If you ain't plugged into this ancestral connection, you ain't bringing this out.
But you do know when what happens when you have the one person who saves. That's the scary part about having the one person who saves. Because when that one person is able to be removed, and we're being flooded with the candy cotton music, which is what they're doing, which what they continue to do, then the danger is when that person is gone, everybody else gets flooded with everything they're hearing every day. Look, the cell phones are the perfect example. The cell phones were meant to control us, and we went locks, anchor, sync, whatever it's called, right into it. We fell right into it.
And track
us. Now we're under the control of a cell phone. Now financially, you can't exist without a cell phone. Now all your financial situations are on your cell phone. Now all your information, your health situation is on your cell phone. Now you have to literally have to spend money to get off the grid, to live off the grid if you want to live off the grid. They got us.
Mm-hmm.
And we walked into it.
My daughter told me that my daughter said the amusement parks, a lot of amusement parks are cashless. I had no idea. I haven't been to amusement park in a long time, but she did say that. She said and I said, well, not when you buy the food. She's like, yes, Dad, even when you go buy your food. I was like, wait, you can't give them money? She said, yeah, there's a lot of cashless spots now. And like you said, they go to the next generation. The older people still have places where they use cash all the time because they know we're used to it. So they just attack the children. That's what they always do. You know, they always just go, the kids don't know any better, so we just go straight to them. We make it look normal to them. Like when they try to give the chip. You know, even now they got all these palm readers, but there's too many parents who grew up with the conspiracy theorist mark of the beast to put it in themselves or their kids. But they know if they just leave the palm reader up there and they wait a generation of people who think it's normal, the kids today, when they grow up, they'll chip up and chip their kids. Because they think we're the last generation of people who are looking at that like, I'm not getting no chip.
Oh, they'll just have a pandemic and shoot it in you.
Or yeah, you're right. That part that'll expedite the process. That'll rush it. But I remember in Whole Foods, you know, they got the thing. You know, they got the wave your hand over it now. It's sitting in there. They got the technology to condition you. You just get used to seeing it. And I haven't seen anybody use it, but I know that's how it works. They do it gradual.
And things that make things easier. Cam said we worked so hard in the past that we are more susceptible to jumping on the things that make it easier for us. Listen, let's stop with convenience. Let's stop with convenience and the word easier. And let's start, if you tap into a person's lazy gene, they will jump full blaze into it. If you give us something that makes, you want to say easier, fine. I'm just going to say tap into the lazy gene. That's it. But
for the people working, I get what she's saying. I think she's saying something a little different, because I know that. No, I'm saying like historically, let's say the people on the plantation. You know, the invention, the mother necessity is invention, right? So if you're Eli Whitney making that cotton gin, you're making that because you're doing the back breaking work, and people are literally getting grind into the gin, like run of the mill. People would run to make the mills, and sometimes people would fall and they get grinded up in the machinery. So if you're Eli Whitney, you're not necessarily lazy when you're like, I need to make a better way. My people are struggling and dying, not living life.
That's a whole.
I think that's what she said in the past. I think she said like from that demographic, from that group of people, I think it means something a little different. So for people who are doing the actual work, if you're the help, like back in the 50s, and they make something that's easier to mop or sweep, for you, you're like, oh, my job is easier. So for you, it's really not laziness. You're like, oh, I can get more done. Maybe I can do 2 houses, you know, like
We
it
work so
depends on if
hard
you're
to
doing the
pass
work or not. For people not
that
doing any work,
we're more
I
susceptible
think that's
to
what she meant,
jumping
like, you know, as a
on the
people.
things to make it easy for us. And that's I can't debate what you just said, Dr. Smith, because I get it. And I'm gonna be the jaded one now.
Yeah, I didn't think of it either. When I read it, I think that's what she might have been
But
hitting
I'm gonna
towards, like,
be
you know,
I'm
just
gonna be the
historically.
ass and the jaded one. Our life wasn't that hard that a cell phone made everything easier. It made us lazier.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Like let's stop
We never
playing.
thought we needed one. No,
Yes.
we never grew up thinking, you know what we need?
we didn't need
We need
one.
electronics.
We didn't
Yeah,
need
we
one.
never thought that.
We were
I had
fine.
walkie-talkies and hardly played with those. I had
Yeah.
walkie-talkies, so, like, you know, and we'd play with them for like a half an hour and then keep being normal in life. Like, yeah, it
Did you
was
see
not
the
a thing.
robots? Lake said, did you see the robots following you around a supermarket? I'm like, can I help you? I didn't
Oh
see
yeah,
the
yeah, they got those
robot.
in Walmart now too.
Wow.
They got a, you know what they call them? What they call them? What's the word they got? Um, they got a derogatory term now that they call them.
Hey,
Clankers.
clickers,
That's what they call them.
clankers. Yeah,
Yeah,
the dude at my job was
clankers.
saying it. They all think about
Talk
this.
about
This is
that.
the
Yeah.
scary part. They already have racist. They're calling them racist terms against robots. Do you understand the normalizing in your mental that they're already setting you up
Mm-hmm.
for? That speaking, they already created a word to something
Mm-hmm.
that is not human, that is being called insensitive and a racist slur to the. Do you understand the mindset that is being thrown on us, that we run into it? We sprint towards it. If it's not real,
But
and
that's
I
the whole
know it's a
problem.
joke. Go
It's
ahead.
a white male mindset. That's why the medicine's conditioned to work for white men. That's why Elon Musk AI was just saying that he was Mecha Hitler, because when the program is only going to be as good as the programmer. So the people that are programming these computers are not, you know, they shouldn't be surprised when they behave this way. And people who have historically responded to difference with agitation and insults and oppression and exploitation are going to do the same things to the robots. Black people, like we talked about yesterday, we talked about the hood. It's all welcoming, let's
So
in,
it's gonna be
communal, inclusive, right?
it's gonna be Black Robots Matter. That's the future.
But
We're
that's
gonna
what I'm
be black.
saying. But
Yeah. Go ahead.
they always lose. That's the real problem. Though. They always lose. They tried to kick out the Chinese. They tried to take over Mexico. They keep seeing that when they stayed busy over all these years doing all this, the devilishment, other people were home making babies, and now they're scared because they're the demographic minority, and they're only 9% of the people on the planet. Now every day they wake up nervous on how to forcibly sterilize people, how to force people out of the country, how to force people to take their currency so they could take their resources in Africa. Like their whole world is like some shrinking room where the walls are closing in for the last 100 years, when they could have just worked with everybody and lived with everybody. But now they created this whole hourglass sand thing where they don't want everybody to be brown, and they can't change anything because genetically they're not the dominant group on the planet. Other people, all they have to do is make love to them and they erase them. So they live in fear, and this fear comes out in everything they do, even when they're programming electronics.
Ash says, Dr. Smith, are you sitting in that upcoming class in the fall about Kendrick? Are you sitting in one of those classes? There's an upcoming class.
No,
I guess
that's Timothy Welbeck. Timothy Welbeck
Okay.
is teaching that class, and he actually taught the Hip Hop 101 class, and I did sit in on his Hip Hop 101 class before I ever taught my Tupac class. So he's one of the professors that was doing some stuff around hip hop that I studied under before I even started my class. But no, he's a great teacher. Timothy Welbeck is teaching.
Artificial
I won't
intelligence
be
is
in there 'cause I'm
expected to
trying to
become more. Why can't I think of these words today? I got to start reading more.
integrated. This one.
Integrated. I can't think of the word. Integrated in everyday life, revolutionizing industries and the job place. AI could bring positive change, like improv or improve. That's everything that has ever been thrown at us it could bring positive change. That is the catch line for everything that is thrown at us. That's always the catch line. You do understand that. And when they regulate it, They will
It's gonna be
regulate
easier.
it. But they will regulate it for our usage. They will regulate our usage of it. I promise you. They will regulate us and how we use it. They will determine how we're allowed to use it. And they will have free reign. They being the people who make the laws. They being the governments in whatever country, the one we're talking about is our country. They will have a committee that will then decide. They will be in conjunction with the FCC, and they will then decide how it can be used and where you break the law and how we can imprison you if you break the law. Like, this is the same old story over and over. It's like you're allowed to drive, but now you drive being black or brown. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I think one of the big dangers are going to be people who think like you and don't want it. Those are going to be the biggest threats. Just like now, people who homeschool are big threats. People who go off the grid are big threats, right? Anybody who detaches willingly, Tulsa, Oklahoma, all black towns, they bomb them, right? They know that the biggest threat is not even really their control over the industries and us. Their biggest threat is us not buying in. That's the biggest threat. The people who are like, no, I'm good. Those are the real dangerous people. Because like you said, the plan is for you to want it, for you to buy into it, for you to sign on to it, make a contract and need it and like it and get addicted to it. People who are like, you know what? I'm cool on you. Those are the most dangerous people and groups of people historically. And that's what they don't want to happen. That's why even now, when black people were unbothered, when Trump was like, I'm going to release Derek Chauvin, we were like, okay. And they're like, I'm going to erase Black Lives Matter off the, okay. I'm going to erase Jackie Robinson. That's unfortunate. They are so shocked that black people aren't caring like they used to care that they're nervous about moving forward. Because if they do try this stuff, I could see a lot of black people being like, you know what, we're going back to borrowing sugar. And everybody giggles because they remember them days and they know what that means. We just going to start sharing and not even worry about that. Street lights like hip hop when it started, just plug in, our own way, not even have like. We've done this before many times. So that's why that lady in Israel said the biggest threat is the young black people. We know how to say F y'all, we're leaving without leaving. And if people like Dave Chappelle said, get these nigger lessons on the Saturday Night Live, get these nigger lessons. We've been here before, we know this, get these nigger lessons. If people look around and say, just like people recently, I see what black people been saying. I know what they meant. I see what they've done in the past. That's how we molded our protests and shaped our protests. Learn from black people what it means when white people start acting crazy and how to go your own way. We've done it many times. So they're going to start acting real crazy with the robots, same way they acted crazy with everything else.
So Trent said his comment. He said improved healthcare, increased productivity, increased new industries, but it also faces challenges.
I'm with Mike.
But it also faces challenges like job displacement.
On that comment.
Listen to what you're saying, Trent. The last thing that you put in your statement is challenges like job displacement and data privacy concerns. The last two things, job displacement means people don't work. People can't eat. So if you give me improved health care, and how are you giving me improved health care again in this administration? By taking it?
Yeah, I'm not with that.
I can't.
I ain't got no counterpoint. I got no support for that.
And new industries that who is going to create and who's going to control? Increased productivity. So who's going to be able to buy this productivity if there's job displacement? Like, we got to stop putting and Trent, you know how much love I got for you. You got to stop putting, oh yeah, but what we got to do, what the challenges are job display. That's the main thing. It's removing us. It's going to remove, if they won't let you take a loan to go to college now, if it's over $200,000, and you can't get the education that they say is required to move on to get these jobs, if you make job displacement for the jobs that maybe don't require, the small ones that don't require that you have to go to college, where does that leave everybody? If you're going to have AI do the writings for sitcoms and do the writings for movies and do where's that leave the comedians? I'm just going to make it personal. If you can AI a stand-up comedian on Instagram who gets 10 million, billion, trillion likes and engagements, where's that leave the people who are actually the physical, real human beings doing it? This really sounds like a movie. If I would have told you we would be having this discussion 10 years ago, Jay Black would have called me a conspiracy theorist. These are the conversations that we're having now.
The stand-up comedians might be one of the last things that they'd be able to replace. That's the beauty of it. You're in an industry that's so. No, I'm saying, I'm thinking just in terms of work in the room. Like when people, just go around and talk to people and talk about people's outfits and who you here with tonight. Like there's certain elements of stand-up where it's like, yeah, I don't see no robot doing that. But I don't see no robot really killing them callbacks. Like,
but the problem is they have 1 trillion gigabytes of comedians that ever lived that they've downloaded for every situation.
No, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Eventually. But I'm saying, but y'all got some time. But for Trendsetter's comment, one thing that I think is improved, like I said, improved healthcare. They're, like I said, in a few months, they're about to take reportedly over 12 million people's healthcare. They won't have access to healthcare. So when we say improved healthcare, there's a difference between improved care and improved access to care. And that's always been the discrepancy. America's always touted the quality of healthcare and always tried to hide the amount of people that don't have access to that best healthcare in the world. So yes, we've always had the best healthcare in the world. The problem is most of us don't have access to it. So that's always the juxtaposition that AI is not going to solve. So the healthcare is even better for the few, for that can have access to it, which is decreasing more and more every day. The other thing is I think there's a difference between production and productivity. It'll increase production. Just because you produce more things doesn't mean you're more productive in terms of productivity. Because productivity, I think, talks about stability of society, improvement of quality of life. So like you said, if all the people don't have a job, but the robots are in there making all the stuff faster, that might have increased production. But it's not more productive because, like you said, we're going to have a whole civil war between robots and people and all this other stuff going on. So just because they're making more stuff doesn't mean we're doing better. And that's always been something that we've been blind about. That's why we end up with NATO and Bill Clinton sending all the jobs overseas, thinking that, if we just make it faster and make it cheaper and make it more, then everybody will be all right, right? And everybody's like, no, we lost all the jobs. All the factories closed. Now everybody's, sick and jobless and on opioids. And
all right, let me get to these comments, and then we're going to move on, bring Kamari on here. Some of the convos surrounding AI sound like convos we had when web started accessibility to everyone. Yes, and it does have accessibility to everyone now. This AI shit is problematic.
Oh, her comment. We talk about her historical comment.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Cam. Thanks. Gotcha. Let me get this last few in there. When Al-Shabu said, okay, come on. That's the diabolical part. Depending on the intention of the heart of the person creating the robots will be the robots that are created. And since we know who's behind it, guess who will lose? Got you. Can't disagree with that. I've been to restaurants that have robots as servers and waiters and waitresses. Yep. That's never a good thing. Ninja wake up call. Afro Queen said, we got a new robot at my job and it literally has a human name that we have to distinguish that we are referring to the robot and not a person. Got you. Wow. That's
wow. Yeah, wow.
Trendsetter cleared it up. Trendsetter said I didn't write it, just a report. Oh, thank you, Trendsetter. Sorry, my bad. We didn't know you got that from research. He researched that. He didn't write that. That wasn't his thing. He just put that out there. I keep repeating they will not replace us as a joke, but I keep repeating they will not replace us as a joke, but I'm a little serious. Okay. And then Super Mike, DJ Super, what up, Mike? They already started testing AI on air personalities at certain radio stations. Oh, they can't wait, especially Kathy Hughes. Wow. They can't wait.
Wow.
Trust me, they can't wait.
They naming names. Wow.
They can't wait.
Wow.
They can't wait. Don't forget the environment harm of this data centers and the harm it causes humans, like the one in Memphis. Very good point. All right.
Yes, Elon Musk.
Everything.
Yeah, that's a big story.
All right, let me
get
Memphis
story is a big story. They try not to talk about it.
He's in the building.
It's Thursday time to get your finances together with the Finance Rebel. Let's go.
Ain't no stopping nothing. Good morning.
Good morning, big homie. How's everything been? Everything good? You good? Oh, your intro wanted to run again. Okay, don't forget the environment. All right, let's get to this. I don't know. I don't see Coco on here. He's our resident police officer. We'll get right into it. The Jacksonville police chief wanted to address it. There were a few people who questioned him. I'm not going to try and sway the jury. I was just shocked at some of the shit he said. And this is what went on right here.
And I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm going to say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively.
I'm sorry. I got to stop. I got to bring it back. I want y'all to watch this here.
This was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
I'm not.
This is the Trump syndrome. This is the Trump.
My question is, well, what the hell do you call it?
This is the Trump syndrome, and I know I just want y'all to hear it and watch it, and I'm going to be repetitive, and I apologize from the door. This man said it wasn't a sucker punch, and he cleared it up. He wanted to clear it up as if what we saw is not what we saw. And I'm gonna try not to interrupt too much, but this is getting ridiculous right now.
I don't understand is, and I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. Not a sucker punch.
Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm going to say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively. There are things that we definitely need to look at. But the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Okay, the context of the video is that you're obviously not seeing the same video that we are actually watching. And if you are, your higher-ups have told you how you're going to present this to the media. And they've told you, yeah, I know what you saw, but you're going to say the fact, as ridiculous as a word sucker punch is, for you to say this and then say, well, we got to take action on it. Well, why do you have to take action on it if it wasn't a sucker punch and everything was legal? But go ahead, sir.
Well, again, it looks like it's a sucker punch because he's looking straight and you see this.
Right.
Okay, and then you see them pull him out and then you see a couple of punches to the face. Now, again, I understand breaking the window, but he charged him with resisting arrest without violence. So I saw a lot of violence. I think the public saw a lot of violence.
Well, first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. They just saw the same videos you saw.
He's not talking us into what we saw. He's actually explaining exactly what we saw. He's not trying to do anything. You are, my friend. You're the one trying to tell us what we didn't see. And you can't tell me that's not a higher up sitting up there putting a battery in your back, telling you exactly how you're going to handle this press conference and what you're not going to incite, because that's what they're telling you. And I'm going to overstep my bounds. They're telling you you can't incite these people. So
well, that was already told down. He already knows that.
So go ahead.
So what we're doing, what I'm saying is that it is what it is. This is the information that I want to share with the public in context without a short clip. It's very important to do that because it provides a lot of information to the public.
And you brought up
it's important, let me finish. It's important for the people to know that you're not allowed to resist a police officer when he's doing his lawful duties. It's been dealt with in several different times.
But you are allowed to ask for a sergeant, which on the video, he asked at least 7 times, can I see a sergeant? You're allowed to do that. So you can sit in your car and ask to see a sergeant, and that sergeant is supposed to come on site. Or y'all gotta wait. Go ahead.
You don't resist when you're doing your lawful duties. You don't deserve to get violated, but you deserve to get what's necessary to get you under control and get you and take you into custody.
The allegation that McNeil had reached down for the knife. That was in the police report.
Where'd you see? What police report did you see that in?
In the arrest report for McNeil, that was stated that the officer saw him, reach for the knife that was on the floorboard. The video that was posted to social media, and even in there, he you see that when you're watching?
No, actually, I don't see where his hands are.
So you don't see where his hands are. I'm going to give you 1 point where I know you did see where his hands
For
are.
McNeil,
I'm going to give you one where you did see where his
the
hands are.
officer saw him, reach for the knife that was on the floorboard. The video that was posted to social media, and even in there.
Did you see his hands right there after the first punch? Did you see his hands there? So I make sure I want you to make sure
The absolute calmest response to a punch in the face I've ever seen in my entire life.
Ever.
The absolute
in
calmest
life.
response I've ever seen to a punch in the face in my entire life.
So where's
Hands,
the knife?
face, demeanor, energy, breathing. I've never seen anybody respond like that from getting punched in the face.
Just exactly where's the knife? Both hands are
I've
in the
never
air.
seen something like it.
Both hands are in the air.
And that's what people who say if you'd only been respectful, if you'd only cooperated, if you'd only for the millionth time, they could shut the F up. Because they're the problem. People who say if you just behave different, it won't happen.
This man put his
worst
hands in
kind
the
of niggas
hair
in existence.
after his window getting smashed, after getting punched in the face. He put his hands in the air as if he was asking for a price check at Walmart. That's how polite he was.
Yeah. How much is this, Joe?
How much is this right here? So now I will leave and I will play it uninterrupted from the
I don't
beginning.
understand is, and I know you said that this was not ruled criminal, sucker punching the guy in the jaw.
First of all, let me stop you. It's not a sucker punch.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
I'm not excusing that administratively. I'm going to say that to you one more time. I'm not excusing that administratively. There are things that we definitely need to look at. But the context of this video should tell you everything you need to know.
Well, again, it looks like it's a sucker punch because he's looking straight and you see this.
Right.
Okay, and then you see them pull him out and
Yep.
then you see a couple of punches to the face. Now, again, I understand breaking the window, but he charged him with resisting arrest without violence. So I saw a lot of violence. I think the public saw a lot of
Well,
violence.
first of all, Eric, don't try to talk the public into what they saw. They just saw the same videos you saw. So what we're doing, what I'm saying is that it is what it is. This is the information that I want to share with the public in context without a short clip. It's very important to do that because it provides a lot of information to the public.
And you brought up
It's important, let me finish. It's important for the people to know that you're not allowed to resist a police officer when he's doing his lawful duties. It's been dealt with in several different times. You don't resist when you're doing your lawful duties. You don't deserve to get violated, but you deserve to get what's necessary to get you under control and get you and take you into custody.
The allegation that McNeil had reached down for the knife, that was in the police report.
Where'd you see? What police report did you see that in?
In the arrest report for McNeil, that was stated that the officer saw him, reach for the knife that was on the floorboard. The video that was posted to social media, and even in there, do you see that when you're watching?
No, actually, I don't see where his hands are.
Sad, sad, sad.
I'm not excusing being violated, but in your next breath, you can never resist. I'm not saying you deserve that, but you deserve, and then he stopped. Whatever it takes to get you under control. Even if you're being violated and your rights are being violated, you have no right to resist. That's what he said. I'm not making words up.
You are not.
He literally caught
he
himself.
didn't finish it.
Yeah, he didn't finish. He caught himself when he said, you don't deserve that, but you deserve what, sir? Finish the thought.
But the question to me was, well, where was the supervisor? Where's the white shirt? What? How are you saying he was not complying when he asked for the white shirt?
He exercised his right.
Sad.
Yeah, but you're also not able to resist a police officer in the process of lawfully conducting themselves as peace officers, like in the lawful process of them doing their job. That doesn't mean a cop can come and violate my wife in the car next to me. like the movie Crash. That doesn't mean that a cop could just knock all my teeth out and spit on me and call me the N-word and just start choking me because he feels like it. Once that officer is acting unlawfully, then there is precedent about self-defense and other things that nobody ever wants to talk about. Cops can't just walk up and bang people over their head and knock their teeth out because they're cops and say you have to obey a police officer. In the lawful conduct of the they're doing their duties, yes. But once you step out of what your the Constitution still applies. Like, I still have rights. So once you start violating me, there are issues and situations where I have the right as a human being to protect myself. Like, nobody wants to say that. They just say you can't resist a police officer. It depends on if the police officer is acting lawful. If the police officer is not acting lawful, then that changes everything.
Kamari, go ahead. Your comments, because I know we all have comments. And while you're talking, I'm gonna put as many comments as I can, guys. Just so because I'm doing this. I'm a one-man show. Well, I have two other gentlemen on here. But when it comes to putting these comments on, it's all me.
Producer, director, and board up. I got you, sir. I got you. No, my comments are: everybody knows that there's a contentious relationship with the black community, brown community, and police. And the powers that be always try to make it seem like it's our fault. Like we're just miscreants, criminals, don't got no coof, ain't got no home training, can't speak eloquently. But there you see, just like so many other times, that they do this double talk, the semantic talk, bullshit talk, and they just assault us, violate us, kill us without no regard, and they think everybody should be okay with it. And we should love police. And listen, I'm not anti-police, but let's call a thing a thing. When you do fuck shit, call them out. If you want to establish real trust with the community, because police always talk about that, there's no trust with the community. Well, no, there won't be no trust with the community because you always lie and play in our face, even when the facts are right there. So that's all I got.
That was the officer's second viral video for excessive force. Lady Q in the building over there on vacation. Tell Jay we said what's up. I was watching the video. Make sure you put the visor on next time you're on that off-road vehicle. How did he resist sitting in the chair with his hands on his lap? These people are diabolical liars. I didn't see any resistance while the window was being broken and he wasn't punching and he was being punched in his face. I don't know. Lady Q said, good morning, everybody. LaShawn, he looked at the camera like, here we go. Yes, he knew what was coming. Yeah. That's the scary part.
He did.
He knew what was coming. He knew what was about to happen. He double talked so much, he even said it himself. I see where he was violated. Yes, you see where he was violated. He
had to pull that back for insurance purposes because they know they're going to pay out.
And I can't, and listen, say whatever you want. If I see one more video with a white guy fighting back and not getting shot and not getting beat up and getting restrained, I'm going to lose my mind. If I see another white woman slap a cop and be restrained, I'm going to lose my mind, which is coming soon. Then I'll regain it when the show's over.
One had an AR-15. There's that popular video where the guy had the gun. They talked him down. They just talked to him. Come on, man, don't do this, brother, and all this. The whole language was different. Some January 6th moving the gate type energy. And they got their weapon from him. I mean, Dylan Roof killed all the people in the church. They took him to Burger King,
They took him to Burger King to get a snack.
Not a scratch on his face. They didn't even slam him, though. They didn't slam him down. Because sometimes they just grab you and, put you on the hood a little rough.
Because they want to assert control. None of that.
Not a mark on them. So... No. One of the biggest tragedies in African American history is going to be the story of the black police officer. Point blank, period. From the slave plantations to the plantation police to how the police officers had their origin in slave catching to comments like that. Word to KRS-One. Like they use the black people, like black cops. Officer. Yeah.
And this is where I'm telling you, a genius is somebody who's mastered common sense, and a good liar is somebody who makes you doubt your common sense. If you want to explain the context and you are mad that it was a clip, you have a microphone in your face. You're running your mouth. This would be a good time to explain. Give us the context. What are you in front of a microphone for if you're not going to give us the full context of what you're saying we're lacking in that short clip?
He just wants to tell us we're not the public. We didn't see it. We can't see. We're blind babies. We blind to the facts.
Well, introduce some doubt. You know, introduce doubt. But before gaslighting was a term, we remember situations like Rodney King, where they would sit there and they would watch the video in slow motion and say, "See where he got hit that 46 times." Rodney King was in full control, and he was prompting the officers to hit him another 40 times. Like we've been gaslit since we got here. So that's part of what they do these press conferences for. They just introduce some doubt and gaslight us.
And you can't give us the context because what you're going to try and do is put this in a courtroom, which is where it's going to go. And you won't allow cameras in there. And that's when the true diabolical work will be done. That's when you will really say things that you can't say on that microphone because if you said it, not the reporter, it would incite people to go, what did he just say? But what they'll do is they'll do it behind closed doors. And for some reason, we won't read the entire testimony because who got time when you work in 80, 85 hours, 90 hours every 2 weeks to read a full testimony, especially when you're not educated enough to read the testimony and to read the lawyer jargon that goes on for 200, 300 pages. That's when you'll be blatant and say what you have to say, and you will blame this man for what happened. Because that's what your lawyers will do. You will blame this man for the circumstances and for the actions that took place.
Well, they said he had a knife and marijuana, Mike. That's what they said. That was the problem. Even though they didn't find it till after, they said, they want to make sure we knew that. They found some weed, You know how they are.
Didn't they say that about Laquan McDonald in Chicago when they said he had a knife? They never found the knife. What? Still looking for the knife.
Well, you know who else had a knife? That kid who under the tent who killed that white kid at the track meet. And people making comments of if you lived in America as a black person, you carry a knife too. And ironically, that tape has not come out yet. We haven't seen any video. That black kid killed the other killed the white kid. A whole stadium full of students, high school people who have phones all the time. Nobody's showing any video. And it's like, wow, he must really have been defending himself. But yeah, it's a case of retroactive guilt. They found some marijuana, they found a knife, so that's why he got punched in the face.
And I have seen it. I don't have the video. I have seen a black police officer say, "I'm not going to have my job long because I can't go along with this." I've seen him say, but what I want to say, if you want this relationship, then at some point when you grab that microphone, somebody has to say in power, this is unacceptable. We need to investigate. Period. This is unacceptable.
And a couple chiefs have. Like, there's been some instances in the past year or so where the chiefs have come out and fired people immediately and said, this is not what represents us and blah, blah, blah. Like, some people have done it, but some people are just still towing that company massa line, like that brother in the video, where it's just like, yo, we all see it. There's no need to lie anymore. Why are you still going on with this? And they just keep pushing that narrative.
So just another story. And listen, I will repost and do things of that nature, and we'll see where this goes. And we always have to hope that there's somebody who's willing to be his law team, and then we complain about the people.
I think he already got Ben Crump. Got Ben Crump.
And then we want to complain about. Then there'll be people who complain about the Ben Crumps of the world. Well, who else do you want? Who else is going to do it?
The one thing I would like, though, and I don't fault Ben Crump for this, but we need Ben Crumps, but we also need more Johnny Cochrans. We need more brothers and sisters that are willing to take it to trial and expose it for real. We need more of those, not just a settlement. He's going to get the proper settlement. He's going to get the attention to the case. He's going to make sure there's some degree of justice. I got that, and I'm thankful for that. But we do need a few more brothers and sisters in the legal profession. They're like, you know what? No more settlements. We got to really make sure we end this kind of behavior. We need some punitive type, or damages. we need $100 million cases, the type that crippled the Ku Klux Klan. Beulah May McDonald had the lease to the Klan's property because she sued them to the point where she got their property. We need more of that. That's how the Klan got destroyed, from lawsuits, not from settlements and all that other stuff, but when you really sue them. So I got a couple things I'm working on legally, and I need to really see if I take the money or not. And because I've been offered in the past money I didn't take, up to over 6 figures, because at some point somebody got to stand and fight. And like Mike said, if you're too busy working, it's hard to pay attention to it. If you don't have any money, it's hard to hold out. But I'm in a position right now where I could do some fighting, and we need more lawyers that think the same way. They don't have enough time to really take any of this stuff to trial. They need people to plea out. They need people to take settlements. So if we need to gridlock the system to make our point, if every black person who went through something recorded and sued within the next month, things would change, and got gun permits and whole life insurance policies.
At this point, we need cameras on our trunk. We need cameras on our hoods. We need 360 cameras to follow, to record the following of you. We need cameras on your trunk to see them running your plates and how long they follow you and how long they stay behind you. We need their conversations recorded. Like, goodness God, like what else? That's what a person has to literally be armed with in a car. Forget GPS. You need Save My Life S.
I'm guilty because I got a camera. I got a camera that's not hooked up, and my dad keeps saying hook up the camera. I got to hook up the camera this week because I have the camera in here for the front and the back, the dash cam. And I even remember back in the day when we was on the radio, Mike, and Prodigy was saying that. Prodigy said we got to invest in surveillance. He talked about getting arrested, and the only thing they cared about was trying to get him to turn on 50 Cent. He said they kept asking about 50 Cent. And people said the same thing about Diddy back in the 90s. People just trying to say, you have everything on Sean Combs. So it's like, we know people are really like out to get people. And you're right, Mike. The thing that's really helped us the most, I've been saying for a long time, is cameras and lawsuits. More than marching, more than even shooting back. Cameras and lawsuits have gotten us more millions and more change than most of that other stuff put together. So keep your cameras on and stay ready to sue.
And then while we're here, we might as well get to this, one of our stupid dummies of the week. And I'll just play this. And I know what y'all gonna say, but hey, this was in the same. I saw most of. I know what you're gonna say. But
I'm outside when it comes to Trump. Have you ever been to a MAGA gangster? I'm outside when it comes to Trump. I'm a MAGA gangster. I'm outside when it comes to Trump. Have you ever been to a rally?
Yeah,
that's number one. I don't know if you book smart or if you're really outside, because I'm outside. I'm outside. And you basically said MAGAs thrive off of lies. First of all, you ever seen a Trump rally? You don't see all of the unity and love out there?
Nope. I see things saying like deport all the immigrants, and I see more MAGA flags, and I see American flags.
All right, let me. Number one, I'm a MAGA gangster. I'm a MAGA gangster. I'm outside when it comes. I'm a MAGA gangster. I'm outside when it comes to Trump. Have you ever been to a rally?
And listen.
Cue up Wexler, please.
Lord.
He might be on somebody's payroll.
Yeah.
He might be on somebody's payroll.
Absolutely. Lady Q, my car cam starts recording whenever I'm sitting too long. I just got to figure out how to stop her from announcing she's recording. Yeah, that's the world we live in. Who the fuck is this goofy ninja? Yeah, this is, and listen, we will all think the same thing. He might be on somebody's payroll. He might just like all those Puerto Rican reggaeton, Nicky Jams was on Trump's payroll when they were going up there having no idea what the hell they were talking about. Yeah. And they were copping checks, and they went back to the island that is being gentrified, and Trump threw toilet paper at survivors. Yeah, they probably is payroll. The fact that
gangster.
This exists.
I'm outside when it comes to Trump. Have you ever been to a rally?
Yeah,
that's number one.
First of all, have you ever been to a rally? And what did they say to you when you was at the rally, homie? Can we stop?
Yeah. Did they elbow you in the face like they did that black girl when she was leaving the rally and got hit in the face by that guy?
Not to mention, it's well documented that Trump has paid folks to go to those rallies, paid actors. So maybe he's one of the paid actors. Maybe he's one of the paid actors.
Maybe it's one of the paid. Here's another nominee for Stupid Dummy of the Week. This man tried to justify. Fearless brought this up yesterday about the burning of the food that was supposed to be used to feed people, but they said it expired. Yeah. So we got him being asked a few questions.
Martin Luther King Jr. would say about a nation that purchased food for starving kids and then locked it in a warehouse until it expired and incinerated it rather than giving it out so that 27,000 starving kids could survive meagerly. Nearly 500 tons of high-energy biscuits stored at a USAID warehouse in Dubai are due to expire in July, according to a former USAID official. The biscuits could feed at least 27,000 acutely malnourished children for a month. The biscuits are now likely to be destroyed or turned into animal feed.
I'm going to pause it right there.
They got money for war. We can't feed the poor.
This is the answer. This is the typical answer. And the man, I can't see his name clearly, called him out on this. This is their answer when they have no answer. But he got called out. This is the go-to. This is the go-to answer when they have no answer. And we'll let that play.
That article was from 2 months ago. Yesterday, The Atlantic reported that the expiration date on those 500 tons of nutritious food for starving kids was now upon us, and the U.S. had decided to incinerate that food rather than allow starving children to have it. Mr. Egas, you're the Deputy Secretary for Management and Resources. These are resources that were purchased with U.S. taxpayer dollars. They're specifically designed to save the lives of starving children. Why is it a good use of resources to not distribute that food to kids and instead burn it?
Thank you for the question, Senator. I'd have to look into that particular issue and see how those foodstuffs got there.
Can I just interrupt for a second? I asked this question at a hearing yesterday, so you would be prepared to know that I would ask it today. And we called your office to tell you that I would ask it today. So the notion that you need to look into it strikes me as a little bit odd. I view it as an intentional thing, because if we suddenly woke up in July, oh gosh, the expiration date is today. You know, that would be one thing. But in March, there was a request by the World Food Program and others, look, if you're not going to distribute it, maybe you've decided, the U.S., that starving kids are no longer your thing. But you have this asset. If you're not going to distribute it, we'll distribute it. So it's not a mistake if you've been on notice of it for 2 months and you've made the decision to keep the warehouse locked. Hey, you went to Boston University. Who is the most famous BU alum?
The most famous BU alum?
Next to you.
I don't know. I don't want to offend anyone that's graduated from BU. But
I'll tell you who it is.
Okay.
Martin Luther King Jr. What do you think Martin Luther King Jr. would say about a nation that purchased food for starving kids and then locked it in a warehouse until it expired and incinerated it rather than giving it out so that 27,000 starving kids could survive meagerly for 1 more month?
Well, we're still the biggest giver of aid anywhere in the world by far. So I think, look,
I'll just conclude. I want to hand it back to you, Mr. Chair. A lot of complicated issues. You know, sometimes the tiniest detail really exposes the soul. What do you...
Michael, Sean, and Jay Black, I need you to tell me who is the stupid dummy of the day.
So those are our nominees for the stupid dummy of the day. Those are 2 nominees, and y'all can decide which one y'all want to take.
Michael Regis. And he just got promoted, by the way.
And he got promoted. So, like, once again, and Kamar, you weren't here when I opened this. When I do this show, I want to remind you guys, happiness and love in this world are available. It is up to you to find your happiness and your love in this world, whatever that entails, however you go about it. I don't want this, when we do this show, to make you feel that the entire world and your entire life is filled by this evil, demonic activity that goes on in this country. And I know you're like, well, damn, after you play all that. No, your job is to find your happiness and your love in this world, during this show, before the show, after the show. And I'm sorry that these are the stories that have to be put out there, that have to be addressed. You got to address it. But I'm finding my happiness and my love. That was my little rant, but that's how I opened the show, just to let y'all know. So those are our stupid dummy nominees. If you want to put who you decide, who you want for today, we'll actually get the entire, we'll get our winner for the week tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. All right. Kamar is in here. Kamar, what'd you say?
No, I'm just thinking, like, he's not outside for Breonna Taylor. He's not outside for Sandra Bland. He's outside for Trump. He's not outside for the starving babies. He's not outside for Palestinians. He's outside for Trump. Well, we need to catch him outside then. Like catch him
Drop
outside
squad.
for real.
Drop squad.
We need to, yeah, we need to roll. He need to, yeah. We need to. That's the politics he's operating according to. During the Chinese Revolution, when they built the wall, they said they built the wall. When they expelled the invaders, they actually got rid of all the coon Chinese as well. So they rounded up everybody that was not on code, and that's how China was flourishing the way it has for thousands of years. They didn't just kick the oppressor out; they found everybody that was working with them and riding on that same type time and dealt with them too. And that's one thing Black people have never done effectively. Is like I think Mr. Farrakhan said it: we need to deal with our traitors. We need to deal with our traitors. Because they're too comfortable. They got podcasts, they get positioned in government, they come back in the community talking. People who work for COINTELPRO and got people set up and killed, lived out their whole lives and had kids and nobody ever dealt with them. Meanwhile, we talking about YNs and goons. But the man who set up Fred Hampton lived his life. The man who set up Malcolm X, Eugene O'Neill got to live until being an old man. We need to deal with our traitors.
So, Doctor, I'm assuming your nomination is the Trump gangster that's outside.
Say again?
I'm guessing your
nomination. Oh no, my nomination is definitely the other gentleman because he's responsible for murdering children. Like if you cried like Lauryn Hill said when Cochise died, if you felt some type of way about Bokeem Woodbine at the end of Jason's lyric, right? If one fake death made you feel a type of way, you talk about thousands of children starving. He said for a month. That's a month's worth of children that they were willing to starve. Nobody could beat that. You being outside for Trump don't mean nothing in comparison to you murdering literally, indirectly, thousands and thousands of starving babies. The same way I feel about him. People, that's the thing too. I've said for a long time, we need to learn from these YNs. You need to be ignorant in terms of respect for authority. You need to be uncontrollable. You need to be courageous enough to point it out. You need to understand that there's something called evil and that people are willing to kill innocent people and children to gain objectives, and you need to behave accordingly. I think about DMX, like he's erratic and say whatever. You need to be like, I have part of you that's like that, because unless that part of you exists and they know and you're predictable and you can be controlled, you're in danger. You're in danger around people who are seeking to destroy you when you're predictable and you maintain decorum. I let people know all the time, I'm under decorum until it's necessary not to be. And I let everybody know that. I am behaved, I'm credentialed, but if you play with me, I am willing, like Martin Delaney said, to defend my life even to the taking of life at any given moment in my life. I'm like Hinton. This car could be anything at my disposal. You play with me and my family, I'm willing to leave the planet at any moment in time. I make no bones about it, and there's no discussion. I don't care what kind of job I got or where I'm at. If you play with me like that, Mike Malcolm said, if they put their hands on you, send them to the cemetery. We're nonviolent when anybody nonviolent with us, but if you put your hands on us, you go to the cemetery, and that's the last day. And not enough Black people think like that and move like that. Because if we stop being played with, that's why you don't see people choking out people in that are North Korean. You ain't never seen nobody kneeling on no Chinese person's head, because people in China let it be known. Like Garvey said, we need to let them know that when they lynch somebody in the South, we're gonna lynch somebody in Africa and Jamaica, and we're gonna push the button. And until you got a base like that lets the world know when you play with us, you gonna starve our children. Oh, you should expect another Pearl Harbor then. Because they wouldn't do that to Chinese children. They wouldn't do that to North Korean children. Anywhere on the planet. I don't care if they was in Rome, they wouldn't do that to North Korean children. Because Kim Jong-un and them will be like, oh, you want to play? Let's play. And Black people need to get it. That's why they made militant a bad word for us in our community. And every time somebody starts talking with strength, all the Black people repel and get nervous. Because that's the easiest way to control us and destroy us. I'm about that life and about that action for real. Let me see the Trump gangster.
Well, there's another gangster who video just leaked out that you've probably seen, most of us who are scroll fanatics. There's an Epstein tape. And
yeah, that's my favorite one. Where them files at?
Well, this one wasn't this one was basically on the relationship of him and Trump, and it was curious on the answers that the questions that he decided he did not want to answer. And obviously they're obvious they're obvious to us why he didn't want to answer this when he was alive. And here's the clip real quick.
Footage from a 2010 deposition with Jeffrey Epstein from a civil case in which he was asked point blank if he and Donald Trump socialized with underage girls. Jeffrey Epstein in this clip refuses to answer the question and invokes his 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights. Take a look at this clip, spread the word, and remember to add the Midas Touch podcast on Apple Podcasts and Spotify for more coverage.
Have you ever had a personal relationship with Donald Trump?
What do you mean by personal relationships?
Have you socialized with him?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever socialized with Donald Trump in the presence of females under the age of 18?
Though I'd like to answer that question, at least today, I'm going to have to assert my 5th, 6th, and 14th Amendment rights, sir.
Folks, we have obtained bombshell footage.
So, did you ever socialize with Donald Trump? And he had to think about that. And I was like, I wish we'd have had the information we had now. I was like, did he ever send you a birthday card where he hand wrote stuff, talking about how y'all were different and y'all had secrets together? Did he ever do that? Did he ever doodle on the page? On the page, did he ever sign his name at the bottom and send you a birthday card? Did you ever engage in dealing with women under 18? That should be a very simple question, but obviously we know now that there's no way to answer that simply, because you can't answer it. You can't say no. You can't say no.
You cannot. You will perjure yourself.
So you're gonna have
you should always opt for I don't recall instead of no. Right? You should always say I don't recall or plead the fifth. That's why Little Kim went to jail for a year, because instead of saying she doesn't recall or plead the fifth, she said that she had no connection, and they said, well, we looked at your text messages, that was your boyfriend, and she went to jail for a year, and she was right there in Philly in the Fed building because she didn't say I plead the fifth. That's all she had to say, plead the fifth.
And please, yep, and yeah, that's true. Asha Boo says, Dr. Felix, where's your seatbelt? Please travel safely. You're one of our national treasures.
Protect that man. Protect that man.
Protect that man. Protect them.
Trump gangsta gonna get me. Trump gangsta out here.
And of course, you can't say you didn't. You're not going to answer the underage question, because it's now documented that you and him battled on getting next to young women. That's why he got pageants, to impress you. That's why he owned pageants. That's why he got on radio stations like Howard Stern and actually said himself, this ain't no alleged, he said himself, the beauty about having that beauty pageant, and I would walk into the dressing room and see beautiful women while they were dressing. And it was giggles and laughs. Giggles and laughs everywhere.
He was inspecting. That's what he said. You since he owns it, you can inspect.
You inspect it, and when you add. Go ahead.
But there's a psyop. Okay.
Now I laugh every time because people just overlook that 3 times. They overlook that 3 times. Like, this dude has serious character flaws, but people justified it, voted for him, endorsed it. So what does that really say about the soul of these folks?
And I like, and I'm not, this is not me coming at you. When we use terms as character flaws, no, it's a perversion.
That's fine.
It's a perversion, and it's a sickness that you literally did an interview with Wendy Williams. They asked your daughter what they had in common. She said business. Your first answer was, I would say sex, but I can't say that. This is what the question was. What do you have in common? That was his answer.
And if it wasn't his daughter, he said he'd be dating her.
He'd be dating her.
That's well documented. Well documented. So y'all elected a weirdo pedophile and you love him, that you're outside for him. What does that say about you?
Weirdo pedophile felon. Don't forget the felon part. 34
times. Yeah, 34, 36 times, whatever it is. Yeah.
And then
a 34-time felon, pedophile, pervert.
And then you had the nerve
adjudicated
to say,
rapist.
Then some of y'all had the nerve to say, I voted for him because he represents our Christian values. That's what y'all said, not us.
And others had the nerve to say, I didn't vote for this. Yes, you did.
You absolutely did vote for this.
You did. You voted for this. Charles Schultz and everybody else saying, I didn't vote for this. You're full of it. You voted for this. You didn't vote for this to be exposed. You didn't vote for this to affect you, but you voted for this. And the news is full of it too. The news needs to get called out. Somebody needs to call the news out and be like, stop acting like this is new information. Because y'all keep playing in people's faces for the past 10 days like, we found this, we found that. Hold up, he ran for president twice. You know how involved the vetting process is and the oppositional vetting when other people are running against you? They find out everything about you. They knew this stuff. They decide what's going to work and what might backfire and what's not going to take effect in terms of swaying the vote, but they know this stuff. People wrote books about this stuff. His accusers have written books. These depositions have been public knowledge and freedom of information and right to know for over a decade plus. People have access to all of this. Wikipedia with Snowden, he released all. You type Epstein on Wikipedia. There's tons of stuff. The manifest on the flights, all these different grand juries. We knew. Stop. The media needs to stop with we found something new today. You knew this stuff. The man went on trial and got convicted.
They need to make Snowden the patriot of the century.
If you read his book, which I read, if you read his book, like I read on a plane, when you're done, you're going to put the book down and say, oh, shit. That's all I'm going to tell you.
That's why you want a book. That's why he can't come back.
And guess what? They never got him because they don't want him, because they don't want this to ever have to be a situation where he's ever under any trial. And in the book, y'all met with him. Now I'm gonna have to say allegedly because this is him. Y'all knew where he was at. He knew y'all knew where he was at. You had meetings with him. Before he was in Russia. Before he was in Russia, you had meetings with him. And that may have been one of the last books I read, because then I got hooked on his cell phone and watching movies. Instead of doing what I was doing, was reading these books on flights, because my phone it had the capability. I didn't know how to use it. I couldn't put Netflix on it. These are the books I was reading. This is why they don't want you to read. That's why that's the running joke.
Oh yeah, that's dangerous.
The running joke is you want to hide some evidence. You want to hide some evidence that's crucial in truth and facts. Put it in a book. But we will move on. Before we move on, let me just say, Kamari, I put another installment of our payment that you advised us in our stock. I would like to say our stock did grow.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
It's not like flipping drugs, but there is progress, and the more I see the progress, the more I go. If I had put more money in, it would have been a little more interesting. So that was my bad. So I would just like to tell everybody, and we'll refresh your memory later on and have Kamar to tell you what he had us invest in, which has been a nice situation. Not only that, it's money that I put in there, and I forgot that I put in there. Every time I look, I'm like, wow, this would be my 6th installment of something that I didn't even notice. Go ahead.
I want to prepare you, because I need you to have this same energy when the market goes down, and keep investing even when the market goes down.
Absolutely. And I've been there.
Because the market goes up and it goes down, just like that relationship, just like that 50-year-old marriage. It happens.
And I'm you're gonna be disappointed in me when I tell you the first time I hung in there. I hung in there when I lost 3,000, and I hung in there when I lost 5,000. And I hung in there when it got to the 10,000.
Well, you didn't lose unless you sold. You don't lose until you sell.
Exactly.
Oh well.
But it depends on what you invested in. It depends on what you invested in. I don't know the full.
No, I'm saying it can go down 5,000 if you wait long enough. 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. I was in the way my finances were set up at the time.
Oh, you had to grab some of that. You had to take some out. Okay.
Yeah, it got to 15,000, and I was like, "Wow, this is."
Well, I was in crypto when it went down 70 to 80%. So I'm diamond hands over here. Like if I put it in and it moves, there's no reason to sell now. I'm not. If I put in $1 and it's only 20 cents there, I'm definitely not selling at that point. Like I don't get it. I definitely don't get emotional about that part of it.
Stick to Bitcoin, man. Leave all the rest of crypto alone.
Well, I want to say, being the bitch that I am when it comes to this, I ran out on Bitcoin too. But I learned my lesson.
And I am not the Bitcoin fanboy. like a lot of people are. But out of all the crypto, Bitcoin is the best. Bitcoin is the best.
All right. Well, I still have it. All right. Let's get to some stuff. So there was a divorce that happened. A woman filed for divorce, and the reason why she filed the reason why she filed for divorce. Oh, well, wait.
Lady almost killed me and had a problem, so I wanted to make sure she was good. I'm my bad. I should turn my mic off before I checked her.
Wow, that was real life. Wait a second. Hold up.
Well, I just said that I said it on the air a minute ago, but yeah. So I'm not joking. But yeah,
that was
woosah. You're right. Stay alive. Stay alive out here.
So
almost like try to run me off the road, like.
Yeah.
Bigger fish to fry.
Bigger fish to fry.
We need you, Doc.
Nigga, please. Woosah. Keep the seatbelt on. I forgot my mic was still on. My bad. I should turn my mic on. I'm in North Philly, right? It's a regular day. You just gotta make sure everybody's good.
Are you by yourself in the car, or did you?
Yeah, I dropped my son off. I wouldn't deal with son. Yeah.
I was wondering. He got all right.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would have got the license plate and then try to find it later.
Oh my God! I can't. Not today. Wait a second. I think Dr. Smith needs a good
barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage. Better come down here, get some of this shit. You like to eat. America loves to eat.
What just happened?
I don't know.
Wait a second.
Just making sure.
We went from having.
I was saying that you got to be a little bit you can't have victim energy out here. Somebody talk about you can't move around like you're food.
We got to
decompress problems, but
this is a job for Joe's Barbecue. Can't handle. We got to decompress. Joe's Barbecue ain't good enough. Wait a second. Hold on. Get your jazz hands ready.
There is craving for something I want to eat. I need some cheese, tomatoes, and olives, and maybe even some meat. I need some pizza. Every time I want that pizza. I go to David's Pizza.
Oh, well, that was a good segue.
That weirds me out. Like his hairline, I don't know what the hell's going on with his hairline. It's weird.
Stop playing. Back in the 80s, that was a regular hairline. It was everybody over 35 years old.
And that's why I cut mine off. Exactly why.
That was a regular hairline. All that hairline was still going to the barbershop. That hairline back in the 80s and 90s was still, we were seeing that hairline on TV. Truth be told, I saw Samuel Jackson in a few movies with that hairline. I saw the great Samuel Jackson with that hairline. Yeah. Until everybody decided.
Might be right with that one.
We gonna knock it all off. So this woman wanted a divorce, and the reason why she wanted a divorce, Kamari and Fearless, was because her husband did absolutely nothing wrong. Absolutely nothing wrong.
That'll do it.
And I'm gonna play this for the ladies. I don't know if you ever been in this situation before. Have you ever broke up with somebody simply because they did nothing wrong? Absolutely nothing wrong. I mean, nothing.
You can be too nice.
This year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog, all of those things, okay? I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years. There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet. And that is the reason why I have not left. Our relationship and what my expectations are not met. I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3. And I still don't know who I am.
What the fuck is she talking about? Sound like to me you just want to be a hoe.
All right. I don't know if it was that deep. I don't know. I don't know if it was that deep. I don't know.
I would say she never really loved him.
I thought this was interesting. He's self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking. Y'all got 3 kids. But for some reason, at 32 years old, she felt that she could not be herself around him.
So she's got 3 kids. They got married at 22. Been married for 10 years. She never really got to be wild outside, right? Experience adulthood. The 3, listen, kids change everything. And so now it sounds like she made a mistake and she regrets it. I say she never loved him in the first place.
She just doesn't want to be married anymore. I guess so. I want to know, can anybody relate to being with somebody that met your checklist, everything on your checklist?
Wow.
Does everything that you ever wanted, that you ever thought you needed.
Basically, he's too nice.
But you don't want that person. That person does everything. That from 1 to 10, you had 10 things I need in a mate, in a husband or a wife. And all 10 things were checked off, and you're somewhere at the house saying, I don't want to be with this person. Now him saying she thinks she just wants to be a hoe. I don't agree with all that. I don't think getting married too young is just based on, people get married too young all the time. I got married too young. It wasn't just based on running around having sex with people. I think it's based on the unknown. Don't take my advice, y'all. All my relationships fail. The only person in a successful relationship is Kamari. Just understand this. I'm talking right now.
Don't throw me out there. Don't throw me out there.
If you want to take anybody's advice,
I'm nobody's role model.
Take Kamari's advice. Don't take Dr. Aaron Smith's advice. Don't take Michael Sean's advice. You can You can take Jay Black's advice now after, the multiple times of failure. I'm very interested. Have you ever been with somebody who did everything, met all the qualifications that you believe you wanted, and you were like, I still don't want to be with this person?
No, I've been in a situation where the timing was wrong, but not that I didn't want to be with the person.
Timing. The timing. I've heard that before. The timing was wrong.
I was locked into college. She was supposed to graduate. She was at another school. And I literally told her, I said, I think you should go back and finish your degree since you have like 1 more year at your school. Like, it was that kind of vibe. It wasn't even like nothing about us. It was just life plans and movement. Like, I don't want you sitting around watching me graduate, But so that wasn't the right decision. I should have been like, stay right here. I was trying to be liberal and equal and equality and all that dumb stuff. I should have been like, yo,
you weren't.
You jump on my program.
No, we ain't gonna do that, Doc. You loved her, right? Forget all the labels. You loved her. And when men love women,
I want the best for her.
They want the best. Like, people talk this sim stuff, this liberal stuff, this bullshit. When a man really loves a woman, he always wants the best for her.
And I didn't want her to resent me down the line. I didn't want her to have no degree and me get a bunch of degree. You know what I'm saying? All of that. You're right, though. I wanted her to grow like I wanted myself to grow. I wanted for her what I wanted from me. And that was the beginning of the end, because she ended up like being far away. And then we had like a temporary breakup, and then it went left. And like, yeah. So but as a traditional man, somebody on my program waiting on me, I would let them just chill out. If she didn't want to finish school, fine. I would have finished school. I'd have got my degrees. She would have had the kids, been home happy, and we would have been fine.
Couldn't she have gotten the degrees where you were at?
But when you transfer, you got to add like another year to a year and a half to your journey. It's like back then it's like an extra year or so of college. It's like, what? Why would anybody just go finish school?
So when she went to go finish school, why couldn't y'all make the relationship work when she went to go finish her degree?
She was like in Bloomsburg, Mansfield area. Like there was no visitation, nothing's going on. And it was like cell phones just came out, so like we wouldn't have been no internet, we wouldn't have been talking, wouldn't have been even 2 or 3 hours from each other. Like, it made no sense. Like I was writing a letter. I worked for over a year. It was like, what are we doing?
mean, you know, people could say
And
maybe
plus,
that
even
was.
like Kamari was saying, she was younger than but she was younger than me. So for me to be like, let's stay locked in, still felt half shady because like I done already lived a whole college life by then. And I'm telling somebody a few years younger than me, hey, chill, keep it all locked down for me. And when you go to college, don't go to parties, don't go to anything. Just wait for me and wait for my letters. I don't know, color purple, check the mail. It didn't make sense back then for any of this. So it's like, you know what? Live your life. Like, I don't think you're really going to be falling in love or even cheating. Like, it's not that deep, but just no title, you know. I didn't think that'd be the beginning of the end. I thought she'd graduate, we go ahead and get married and all be good.
Wow.
The beautiful
Yeah,
thing
so
about love.
while we weren't together, somebody else saw somebody spending time with me and was like, I think he's cheating on you. Meanwhile, we weren't even together. So somebody who knew both of us got in the middle of it and like gave a report, and that's where it went left. And it was like, we're not together, and it's like, well, why would somebody even say something?
Man, it's them street report cards that get you every time. The street report cards get you every time.
Yeah, somebody who I looked out for went and did that to me. Gave a report. Like, put a roof over their head and everything. Like, really looked out for them.
Oh.
And who I introduced her to that person, and then she went and considered herself her friend and gave a report and wasn't even accurate. We weren't together. That was the end of my best relationship ever. And I never had a relationship like that ever again after that.
Do you see why you can't judge the book by its cover? Why you have to read the chapters? We just saw Dr. Aaron Smith threaten somebody at a stoplight.
5 minutes ago. Yeah.
5 minutes ago.
Now he's bared his soul.
And now the man has literally shared that the love of his life was sabotaged because
definitely.
Of his love to tell her to go seek and fulfill your educational inspirations and fulfill your every achievement, your checklist of achievements, and he was betrayed by a friend who he had looked out for, who jumped into the gossip and spread a half-told story about a man who had no ill intentions. And this, my friends, is the dynamic of the human being. We have gone through the stages in a matter of minutes of the dynamic of a human, the intricate process of having to know the ins and outs about a human being, damn it. This show means something.
It's nuanced.
There's nuance to this. Damn it, man. I feel bad.
Doc, have y'all ever found each other again? Did y'all try again?
Found each other? That chick live in Philly, man. They don't find each other. I know where she at.
Oh, so there was no chance to do it again. You just moved on.
I don't know. I would love a chance. I'm not even fronting. I absolutely. I told her last time I saw her, like, she's the absolute love of my life. If I ever had a chance, even if we was older, I would go ahead and retire and put out my life insurance and everything. Like, no beef. I raise her kids today with no hesitation.
She can get on the benefits.
All that stuff I be talking the stuff I be talking every day be about everybody else, not about her. You know. You know, everybody like, she different, bro. She different. Everybody got that one joke. She different though. You know, she different.
No, she different. She different. So I just want to ask this question. I hate to do this, but I have to as the host of the show. So when this incredible love affair and this was going on, and the first time when
it's the same, Mike. It's the same chick you met, Mike. It's the same chick your mom said I'd be crazy for leaving. It's my lady. It's the same lady.
My God,
so,
never mind my
the
question.
Only lady.
Never mind my question.
It's the only lady. Like you never see me bringing ladies around. Like back then I was low key for everything until she popped up. Remember I was out the game. Remember on the air when I was like, I'm out the game, and that was a big story for like a month. Trios was out the game.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I was low key in the game before that. Yeah, she's like the only. Yeah, it's her.
Wow. All right, we're gonna move on to the next subject. All right,
please.
Yeah. We're gonna move on to the next. Apparently, there's something inside of that woman. She's talking about the woman getting a divorce that she is trying to figure out / fix. Hopefully, she won't destroy her family in her quest to figure it out. Yeah,
it's a her problem. It's a. I was gonna say it's a her problem, And that you can't have that happiness from outside. That's what I was going to say when you played it. And Kamari said something about, something similar. And I was like, yes, I think this is something about her. And it's not about him or the list. She got something that needs to heal and be fulfilled that has nothing to do with anybody else except for herself.
And that's and she's the one. Listen, this is going to sound crazy. I give her credit for not just staying and having this feeling. And listen, she might live to regret this.
She will. She's going to hit that wall. She's going to hit that wall.
Yeah, there's gonna come a time when she's gonna try and find something that she wants, but she's looking. Okay, once again, I'm not a therapist. Don't take none of my advice. I feel like she's looking for something to fulfill something that a guy ain't gonna be able to fulfill. Not the old one, not the new one, not the next one, not the one before that. Nobody's going to be able to fill this void. You're going to have to figure out what void this is and why there's an empty space and why you feel like you can't be yourself around a person who is so self-disciplined, who is loyal and hardworking. There's something when you can't be yourself around that person. And I've been that person. I felt like I just can't allow myself to be myself around certain people, or I have to play. Wow. I can only show a certain part of myself around this person. I can't. Now, that's not the person's fault. Understand. Yeah. You don't even give them a chance to get all the different sides. So you made a choice not to be yourself around that person because it's more comfortable to just be this version of me because the water is very calm because you're worried that if I'm all the versions of me, that water is going to turn into some rough patches. So that's not even on him on there. You got to make this choice. So
she's not secure with herself.
Could be.
Yeah. Could be. I think also, I think men are not honest enough, especially young men. They're just starting to be honest about how they feel about taking care of other people's kids and women with kids. Because there was a time where Tyler Perry making movies and everybody, dad stepping in. Like, it wasn't as big of a deal when I was growing up for a man to step in and step up. Yep. Like this generation that we were talking about earlier, Mike, the whole lazy thing, they don't even want to raise themselves, man. These young people don't even want to look after they don't even want to clean up their own stuff. Like the energy that the average 20 to 25-year-old has towards raising somebody else's child, I don't think people know the shift that's taking place. If you're not in, I work with a college. Like, I know these people. 10 years ago, somebody would say, if I really loved her, blah, blah, blah. Nowadays, they're like, I ain't dating nobody with kids. And I don't think these women who, like I said, she had 3 kids, already been married. I don't know if you know how you look, what your value is, and what Kevin Samuels calls that sexual marketplace. Now, I've grown. I'm more mature now. I just made a comment about helping to raise somebody's kid, but I got an AARP card. I'm not one of them. You talk to a guy 40-something or 50 years old. Yes, he understands that love is love, and he might, be responsible. But a guy that's between 20 and 30, I'm just letting the cougars out here know. When you leave that man, and you think you're going to scoop something young got to be like 39 and up because ain't none of these young boys thinking about taking no responsibility. Like at all. Like time.
I got an AARP card when I was 35. The discounts are phenomenal.
They are, yeah. They better get on board, my AR peeps.
But no diss, but that voice that voice that you had, you should have got that card when you were 19. Like oh shit. That's a grown ass man's voice, yo.
Practice what you preach. Telling me this.
I don't like having that simply because of my squeaky ass voice and the comparison these people make. They don't say nothing, but I know they be like, here go the chipmunk again.
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
So speaking of relationships, I want to close the show out with this. Speaking of relationships, I want to close the show out with this. There's a new star couple that is on the market that made their debut. And I'm going to play the clip, and then I'm going to ask you what advice you have for the gentleman in this new star couple. And it's a pretty powerful couple, y'all. It's a pretty powerful couple that's out in these streets, and they're playing golf together.
Today, my man want to take me to play golf, and I'm going to let him pick my outfit.
Action?
Yes.
Okay. A cute pink skirt.
Okay.
I really like this color.
Okay.
And we got a nice, I don't know what this is, a purple.
Lavender, babe.
Lavender.
Yeah. Okay, so we got me out here. You picked my outfit.
Yeah.
I didn't get it tailored or nothing.
It's not bad at all, boo. My good luck charm. It's really good.
my God. Ah!
Oh my God.
No?
Keep your knees quiet.
Keep my knees quiet.
Yeah, keep those still.
Okay.
There you go. Just
No,
like that.
sorry, my knees quiet.
Yeah. Just like that. Not bad. Show my.
I believe in you, baby. The par put.
That's right. Say that again.
Par put.
Yep.
Oh, you look handsome.
On pace for 82? I mean, ever since I've been in love, my golf game's reaped all the benefits.
Yes.
You can go.
Ever since he been in love. So that is one of the former member of the Splash Brothers.
Splash Brothers.
Yeah, the WAP. Now he's a WAP brother. Splash is different.
The WAP brother, Klay Thompson is very open and out in these streets with Megan Thee Stallion. And I'm just gonna let the people in the comments, if Klay Thompson was your son or your good friend, what advice would you have? Everybody can chime in, even the fellas. But what advice would you give Klay Thompson right now that he's in these relationship
Whoa,
streets?
here she comes. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Whoa, here she comes. She's a man eater. Yo. She'll lie about having sex with you. She'll lie about criminal acts. She'll let you ride in jail based on lies. And she'll use the same flow for 10 years on every song and every album.
Ooh. Now the comments were mixed. A lot of people would say, "Oh, she found her safe space. She found her."
Oh yeah, she got Russell Wilson. She got her Russell Wilson. She did. She won. She got her Russell Wilson. I'm not. She got that. She won.
She got her Russell Wilson.
It's lavender, babe. It's lavender, babe. She got.
What'd you say, Kamari? What'd you say?
Y'all see what Shaq said?
What did Shaq say?
Shaq said they won't be together by the time the NBA season starts in the fall.
I thought Shaq called him Travis Hunter. Watch out, Travis. Watch out, Travis. Don't be out here bunny hopping. Travis Hunter was out there.
I mean, listen, we played a clip. Well, we didn't play the clip where Shaq threatened to punch.
I was there for it.
RG3 in the face. And listen, I respected it to a point, but let's be clear, man. I will never say this in front of Shaq's face. I would never say it. Well, maybe I would because I get the lawsuit. You got a crush on Angel Reese, and that's why you popped off. You got a crush on.
Oh yeah. No, he said he commented on it a couple times. He went viral for making some little slick comments.
Oh man, but Kamari, your advice to Klay Thompson, former Splash brother. Now,
I mean, if this is a real relationship, I don't know if it's real, if it's for the gram, as the folks say. But if it is, keep folks out of your business and keep moving.
Yeah, she got one. She got one. Well, like Brother Kamari knows all about it. He needs to set up his trust and do all that stuff. That's what I would tell him to do. Get your house in order, bro, before you sign them papers, especially if you ain't doing no prenup. That's what I would tell him. Make sure you end up with something, man. Something.
Now, the problem with this, and listen, I wish y'all the best. I hope everything works out. I hope y'all hit the super high turbo level of Sierra and Russell Wilson. I hope this you live in grandeur, if I'm using that word correctly. I hope it all. But if it happens not to, you can't be surprised or shocked or act hurt.
That part. You can't come out and be like, yo, what happened? That song that her ex made, you heard that song before, right, Mike? The guy she was dating made that rap. That was one of the most scathing diss records in history, and everybody act like it didn't happen. Like, this wasn't just somebody who didn't like her as a musician. This is somebody who slept with her, knew her family and her personal business, and was around when her mom died and alcoholism. He wrote a song about her that, unless she's did a lot of growing since then, she's trifling. She's a total succubus Jezebel problem. But free Tory. Free Tory.
I knew that was coming.
And I will say this.
Free the gang, free the men. Free
I don't want to make this one-sided. I want to give advice to Megan also. Megan, Klay Thompson's dad is a former NBA player who played with the Lakers and was around Magic and was around a whole lot. Be very careful if you have bad intentions on who you play with. when it comes to dudes like this. I'm just telling you, this ain't no dude who ain't been around the game. He been around the old school vulture game. He been around the ultimate game. Ain't nobody ever ran these streets like Magic, and he was there with Magic. So
his dad might be giving him some good advice. His dad might be giving him some good game.
On both sides, be very careful if you thought you copped a lick, and this is gonna be smooth sailing. Giving y'all heads up on both sides. This ain't no dude wasn't around money. He been around money his entire life. He been around cameras his entire life.
And I was gonna say, just because he don't know lavender don't mean he don't know life.
Yeah.
he ain't as naive as he look. He might be playing a role too, Mike. You're right. Everybody might play. So, he said dropped it since I've been in love. That might be his game right there.
That might be his entire game. That might be his entire game.
Remember that one? Remember Shy Brother? That might be one of those type things. He act all innocent. Meanwhile, that's how you get it. And don't no ring come out.
And don't think when you talking to the phone and you go like, I didn't even get this tailored. That don't impress him. He was a kid rich.
Yeah.
That don't impress. But I'm just giving y'all warnings on both sides. If it don't go wrong, don't get on social media or make records and talking about I don't know why. You know why.
Yeah, you both know.
Eyes wide open. Y'all both know behind the scenes what this is hitting for. And y'all may have had a plan, and when y'all connected and y'all spent a few days together, the plan might got thrown out the window. Y'all might have both said, Joe, I had a whole agenda. I had a plan, but I like him. I like her. You know what I mean? Every dude has been around a woman that everybody around you labeled her as the hoe. You spent a few days with him like, but she's nice. Not calling Megan anything. I'm just saying.
No. And rumor has it, a lot of these women are very cool. Rumor has it. So I've heard. A lot of these women with these reputations are very, very cool people. Like on some Corinne Steffens type. People actually like these people.
Listen, Corinne Steffens is teaching people how to do laundry, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So some of these people are very cool people. So I've heard.
Sometimes when you get around a person who can relate, and you ain't got to hide the lifestyle, and they can relate to the conversation, and you ain't got to edit, you ain't got to be appropriate around them. You know, and then she may like the fact that Clay has been raised to know how to treat a woman, to know how to be polite to a woman. And maybe he don't spark up an L in front of her. Maybe he's not asking her to go to the strip club. He took her to the golf course.
Or maybe they're going to the strip club after the golf course.
They could be.
Best of both worlds.
Exactly.
I've been around some
women turn a wop to a housewife.
Hey, I've been around women that people talked very bad about them, and said a lot of bad things about them. And I spent some time and we had some drinks and we had a lot in common and
they were cool people, right? They were cool.
They were cool people. When I went to the comedy show, they rode out and you know. Yeah.
Some of it be jealousy, Mike. I think sometimes people be jealous of those women.
Y'all, you see what Anthony said, Mike?
What did Anthony say?
304s can be fun and cool.
Anthony, I would tell Clay to listen to the song Poison, Don't Trust a Big Button Smile. Then Anthony hit back, Clay has a quiet reputation for smashing plenty of models with no kids.
See?
He knows that's what I'm trying. And then last but not least, the grand finale was 304 can be fun and cool.
Yeah. I think it's a prerequisite sometimes.
You know, Anthony said, I understand the good brother, AA Ron, and I'm currently dating that. Got away again, and I completely understand how he feels. I think he's talking about Aaron. Okay, all right.
So she got back with somebody who got away? Currently dating the got away. Okay. Yeah, she said she got back with her lost love.
All right.
Somebody got back reunited.
I mean, you know,
it feels so good.
Yes, that's right.
I thought the peaches and herb.
For real.
And listen back. I'll close it out on Megan and Clay. I wish y'all the absolute best. Have a good time. I would just say this, and y'all haven't complained about the comments. Actually, it's the people in the comments who complain about other people's comments, which is hilarious that they're not complaining, but you people in the comments are going at other people in the comments. And I know what happens then. Then you make a post about the person that you're arguing about in the comments, and then you do a whole post, and you get a bunch of likes and views that have to do with the comments that had to do with Clay and Megan, and it goes on and on and on. I wish you luck, Clay and Megan. Hey, if I had that much money and I ain't had no kids, I'd have fun too.
Shout out to Black Love.
I'd have fun too.
As long as it ain't Rock Nation, Desiree Perez crafting something together. As long as the Thompsons ain't got no connection to Rock Nation, and we find out that this was something for her career, because they did a lot of moves like that. Remember she on Saturday Night Live with the feminism thing and all that. So they've been pawning Megan a lot with the moves. So as long as it's a real relationship, then I give it a real blessing. And I would, like you said, I wish them the best. But if it's some kind of contrived publicity stunt because she got another album coming out or because the last one ain't sell, then that's a different story. But we'll find out.
Was a phone call made? Do us a favor. We'll do you a favor. And look, listen, if I ain't had no kids and I was still playing in the league and I'd already copped about $100 million, I might have been like,
you're right. I'll help y'all out. I'll do it. Gotta help the ladies. Martin Lawrence said, gotta represent for the ladies. Yeah, gotta help the ladies out.
I'm gonna do my part. All right, Kamari, I apologize. We didn't have any financial questions for you. I apologize.
No, we talked about something. You listen. You
invest. You said you made his investments. Yeah, you said you made investments.
And
talking about Bitcoin and all that.
And Dr. Aaron's talking about trust and prenups. We good, baby.
Yeah.
Trust, prenups, got it all. I really wanted to ask you about probate. How can you avoid probate in case if somebody passes away, and how to avoid that? So we have to get to that. If you're not busy tomorrow.
But probate's not as bad as everybody makes it seem. But probate is state to state. But we can talk about it.
All right. I got to get out of here. I got to go to work because my probate is I have a job that I have to attend to. And I have to be there by a certain time. And I'll be in New York City with the kids and the co-parents. They're going to a concert. I'll tell you all about what happened with that. Listen, love me for who I am. Kamari, anything you want to plug before we get out of here?
Just the camp. We're still doing a camp every Saturday. The last one will be August 2nd, but we're having a wonderful time with the babies. They're learning. Children are so smart. Don't underestimate the children, but bring the kids to the camp. Look up the camp, bthcamp.com. We do this every summer, and we're going to start an ongoing Saturday school thing with the babies real soon in the fall.
BTH
Camp, By the Hood Camp. By the Hood Camp. BTH.
Got it.
And I'll also give you the update. I'm going to see Nas Friday night in Philadelphia perform with the orchestra. With the orchestra.
Are you going to wear the bow tie? You getting dressed up?
I just got the invite, so I was like, I don't know. I'm just gonna wear black, I guess. I mean, it's hot outside. I don't know if I'm wearing a bow tie. I think I'm just wearing black. I might wear a black short set. I'm gonna be that 54-year-old. I might just wear a black short set and call it a day.
That's real.
Love me for who I am, not who you want me to be, because I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, anything, or any circumstance take it from you, because God got me. God got you. God got us. We are gone. Go on.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts.